Hello everyone, welcome to Chats by My Girlfriend
Yes.
in our living room.
I feel so funny holding this little thingy. that we
Little
have.
microphone.
Right now we are, like you said, at home, so we have the mini microphones in our hands, and I don't know, it feels really awkward.
It feels a little bit awkward, but it's also nice that we're in the comfort of our living room.
We honestly should have had the Christmas tree in the background
Yeah, but yeah.
for the vibes of it. Could have sitting down on the floor by the Christmas tree.
Do you want to change it?
Should we?
I
don't
think
know.
we should.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Give us a second.
Yes, we now have the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so basically we've had some technical difficulties, and that's why we couldn't film in the studio today. And we're just trying out to see if we can do it with these tiny microphones and our own cameras from our phone. And then maybe we can keep doing podcast episodes like wherever we go, like on the go, when we're traveling.
Yeah, because that's kind of like our goal later on, to
Yeah.
like be able to bring it with us, with friends, like on little trips that we go on and all
Yeah.
these kind of things. We want to be able to have podcasts everywhere.
Yeah.
Because we like to do a lot of different things, and we like to like move around, travel,
Definitely.
and we want to include that into this. So yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
For today's episode, obviously today's Christmas when you're playing this episode. And first of all,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes.
Or Happy Hanukkah. Is that also a thing that people celebrate?
I
on
know
Christmas?
people always say it, but I don't
Yeah.
actually know.
Too much about it. I just
No.
know that some people say it. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a great Sunday.
Yeah.
Um,
Today we're going to talk about different ways that we celebrate Christmas, but also like differences between our relation, like between where we come from, because
yeah,
we're in a relationship where we are both from a different country.
yeah,
Raised very differently. You are raised very religious. I'm not raised religious at all, but I'm raised with like two cultures
yeah.
because I'm mixed. But I think everyone knew that.
Not everybody knows that.
In case you didn't know, my dad is from Sri Lanka, my mom is from the Netherlands,
Yeah.
and now I live in Norway with my girlfriend that was raised.
Very Christian.
Yeah.
Both my mom and dad's side of the family is very Christian, so I've grown up going to church every Sunday and learning the teachings of the Bible. And yeah, for myself, I was Christian up until probably like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I was very Christian. I was like homophobic Christian.
Yeah.
Like, not that being very Christian means that you're homophobic, but I was like that kind of Christian.
Funny how the tables turned now.
Yeah, that is ironic, isn't it?
Guess what they say is true, that the homophobic ones are secretly.
Yeah, that was definitely true for me, I think.
I did learn in school that that's actually a coping mechanism of a lot of people. When you hate something so much, it's because secretly deep down you hate it because you can't deal with the fact. It's like self-hatred.
Yeah, it's self-hatred. Yeah, no, definitely. I think I remember like my feelings towards girls to be way before 16, 17. Like,
Yeah.
it was like probably like 12, 13. I think I had my first experiences where I was like, damn, I think I like girls, but I was so Christian. I was so like, did not believe that was natural. That was not a thing that was like supposed to be happening. Like, I wasn't supposed to be gay, and I just remember thinking like, ooh, that's gross, that's disgusting, like, why would I feel that way? So
Yeah.
I never admitted that I did feel that way, and then I kind of just threw everybody else that did feel that way under the bus. I was like, I can't do it, so you can't either.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing that a lot of people that are raised with different cultures feel. Also, by the way, can we do a cheers before you take a sip? Because
Oh, yeah.
otherwise it's bad luck, right? Cheers to Christmas.
Cheers to Christmas. That's cute. And to our podcast.
Cheers to our podcast.
And cheers to you at home listening to us right now, because we appreciate you so much. We didn't drink 3 times. We just cheered 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Mm. What I wanted to say as well is, I wasn't raised religiously. I was raised very free, actually, and my parents were always very accepting towards other queer people. But I think they like I was just scared to come out as gay, because where my dad comes from, it's really not okay. It's not accepted in Sri Lanka, and it's not it's not safe for gay people there. And I have a lot of family from Sri Lanka, so naturally, when I found out that I was into girls, I was like, no, but I can't do this, because I couldn't imagine possibly coming out to my family. So I remember at some point, I wrote it down in my diary, even like, from now on, I'm going to be straight. You can do it. Like, and then I went out to the club and I kissed the boy. I was like, look at me, I'm straight. And literally, like, then I met someone because this was the boy's best friend, and I started dating her. It was really, really embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really stole his bitch.
I did. Yeah. No, I didn't steal his bitch. They didn't have a relationship to each other.
No.
So that was great. But I do remember it was a very hard thing for me to accept. And then once, because I came out once as bisexual, and then I didn't actually come out because I wanted to, but I remember my mom asking, like, why are you hanging out with that girl so much? Are you, like, in a relationship? And I was like, actually, yeah. But then they didn't take it serious that much, and then the second time they took it serious, and I was like, yeah, well, this time it's for real. And last time was also for real, but that's, like, not, I was not taken serious the first time.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also, like, young love. Like, young crushes.
Of course.
Like, that doesn't necessarily always have to do with, like, sexuality. It could, like, jeez, I remember, like, my first few crushes, too. Like, my mom and dad was always like, it's not real.
It wasn't about the crush. They didn't have to take that relationship serious.
Yeah.
It was more about the fact that what I would have needed
Yeah.
when I was 15 and telling them that I had a relationship with a girl that was really not serious, but
Yeah.
what I needed from them is to tell me, like, oh, but we accept you nevertheless if you are.
My mom was like, no, don't worry about it. It's a phase.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through this every now and then.
I heard the same thing. Like, no, but it's okay.
But, like, do they?
Is it a
Do
trend? It's a
everybody
trend.
go through this?
Does everyone go through this? Like, Mom, did you go through it?
Yeah, I don't know. Funny.
Maybe they did.
Yeah. Yeah, we're raised very differently. We come from different backgrounds. And how has that been for us? Well, I think we have learned a lot from each other. Definitely.
Yeah.
Through the year. Like, I know from my point of view, like, like, for me, I know that I am I'm raised very privileged and white and Norwegian. Like, I am raised with no spice. Like,
that's a nice way to put it. Because I'm raised with a lot of spice.
Yeah, I'm raised with no spice. So, you're not the first colored person I'm dating, but you're the first colored person I'm dating, like, seriously, like, in a committed relationship. And
I'm like, who's the other colored bitch?
there's a guy.
Oh.
You remember? You met him.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Obviously.
name drop here, but yeah. What was I saying?
I'm like the first committed.
Yeah, and for me that definitely did, like, put me in a position where I really had to rewire my brain a little bit, not in the sense of, like, it being that big of a difference, but out of pure respect from your background and wanting to you know, not be a racist bitch.
Yeah.
I had to, like, open myself up for learning and understanding more.
For me, with, like, what I learned a lot from being together with you, some people think that they are very open-minded, but they're really not.
Yeah. I mean, your brain is literally wired to be racist. Like,
yeah, exactly.
we're
all a little bit racist. It's, like, generalized within us.
Exactly.
And if you want to admit that, yes or no. I remember I really thought I wasn't until when I was studying sociology, I did this test. It was like like fast response test.
Mm.
You had to click like the emotions you felt with the pictures, and oh my goodness, I was racist for my own people.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be racist. I'm half brown, you know, I
Yeah.
can't do that. But it's within all of us. But I think, like, for you to admit, like, I'm raised privileged, I'm raised very Norwegian,
Yeah.
that is already good, because then you realize your own privilege. And for me, that's like, sometimes I would see things within your family, not like good, not like bad or good necessarily. I would just notice a difference, and I would be like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I like was raised in such a different way. I'm trying to come up with an example.
Like when you're eating dinner and my family member goes and
yeah.
puts salt and pepper extra next to your dinner to make sure that you can spice it however you
Yeah,
like.
that was so cute.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, it was really cute. I was like, that's so considerate. But I was the only one that got
It
extra
comes
salt
from
and pepper.
Yeah, it comes from a good place.
It comes from a good
but
place, and
it's
that's
like
why
a little
I'm
bit
not
off.
exactly. But like, it's very sweet, and I know your family has good intentions, so I never am offended by it. I only think it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a generalizing thing, and that's okay. Like, we all go through that. What is the difference that you noticed at my place?
That's a lot. There's a lot of difference there, but I think, like, specifically for me, I think the biggest like difference was food.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, because I have never been a person that like eats too much. I don't eat a lot, and I don't necessarily eat a lot of spicy food.
Yeah.
I like tasty food. I'm not necessarily the most picky when it comes to taste. It's more like the spice when it starts to burn on your tongue.
You eat different cultures. You
Yeah.
like to eat like Chinese food,
Yeah.
and you like to eat sushi, and you
Yeah.
like to eat like
But it's just the second
curry
it
and
becomes
rice.
the second it becomes spicy, then I'm like, wee, I don't know if I can handle this.
yeah. I remember
And-
this one time. Sorry,
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah, you can say
Yeah.
it.
When we were at my place, it was my birthday. You were visiting for the first time. She was meeting my parents for the first time, and my dad makes this really good Tamil snack. It's called rolls. For my Sri Lankan people that are listening, maybe you know what it is, but it's super great. It's like curry wrapped inside like a little, like it's kind of like a spring roll, but then
Yeah.
like South Asian, like Sri Lankan.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, my dad made it not spicy. He made it very mild, like not spicy, mild, mild. How do you say that? But I was raised very, like, my dad always putting spices in it, and me knowing like, oh, this is not too spicy, you know. So I was eating, I was like checking it, like, oh, it's safe for her to eat it. And I didn't realize how bad you are with spices, because this was in the first few months that we're together. And
Me being used to salt and pepper, honestly.
yeah, definitely. And Ingrid was just sitting at the table I saw panic in her eyes. I looked over at her, and she was just like looking at me like panic, like tears in her eyes, because she really didn't want to be rude.
Well, I didn't cry, but
No, tears from like
yeah. It was
a little bit, like, you didn't cry, but you were tearing up a little bit.
It was very spicy. I remember thinking, like, is it awkward now if I say that I have to go to the toilet right after taking a bite? Because I really was like, I needed to, like...
I think in those situations, it's just the best to just own up to it. And
Yeah.
be like, shit.
But that's what I did, though. I was like, no, I like it, but it's, like, spicy. It's way too spicy.
Yeah, and I remember, because in my culture, food is so important.
Yeah.
So if you don't, like, say that it's too spicy, even if you say it, it's still gonna, like, my dad will still be like, oh, shit, like, he will take it on himself and be like, I made it too spicy, it's my problem that she's not eating, and now I'm not a good host. So I was so worried about my dad and you. I was like standing in the middle, like telling my dad, like, no, Dad, she's really, really Norwegian. They don't use spices in that country. So just know it's not personal. You
Now I'm like making a bad reputation for all other Norwegians. Like, they don't eat spices. Like, I don't know. Like, there's probably a lot of Norwegians that is good with spices. Like, I am just a very weak one, and I'm raised in a family where we traditionally eat a lot of Norwegian traditional food. And Norwegian traditional food is very much like potatoes and sausages and like vegetables, like steamed vegetables, like, and lots of meat. Like, that's what we are used to. Use salt and pepper.
Yeah.
maybe some pommes frites kryddor. I don't know. Like
I love pommes frites.
yeah, like that's how I'm like raised. So the whole like spicy dinner thing, then I've never had a lot of that, but that was like a big culture shock for me.
Yeah.
I was expecting it. I just wasn't really sure how to like handle it.
And now you know how to handle it.
To a certain degree, I'm getting more and more used to it.
Yeah, but it's also like my family knows you can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point they're kind of doing it to fuck with you a little bit.
Yeah, they
like,
probably are. And
they're
I'm
making fun of you.
I'm making fun of it too, honestly.
Yeah. And I mean, me and my sisters are joking about it, and they can send you memes about it, and it's funny. Like,
yeah,
they just it's like at this point, and I think a lot of people ask us for advice sometimes, like how do you deal with like dating someone from another culture? It's like give it time.
Yeah, you will get used to each other.
Yeah,
and you will get to know each other, and families will get to know each other.
Yeah, because like at this point, I would bring my own sriracha to the to the family table with you,
Yeah,
and be like, one time your brother made noodles, and I was like, I felt really bad, but I took out like the soy sauce, and I took like the chili that I had, and some other spices, and everyone else was eating, and I was just like, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. I was just like making my own little mixture of it.
Yeah,
I felt so embarrassed later because I looked at your brother and I was like, it's really good.
Yeah.
While I just adjusted the whole thing.
Yeah,
but you know, it's okay.
My whole family is raised the same way as I am, so they are all very raised with like very light spice.
Or the fact that you guys don't drink.
Yeah, we don't drink.
That is also a thing that I have to get used to.
Yeah.
Not get used to, like not drinking is fine. But I know that this is from my mom's side. Every Friday.
But this is not a Norwegian thing.
No, I know, but this is just a difference that I've noticed between you and me. Like also like a Christian thing, right?
Yeah.
But every Friday at my house we would have like a cheese platter. And we drink wine, me and my grandma and my mom. And if my friends would come over, we would all sit around the table, drink wine together. Yeah. And also with the holidays, a bottle of wine will be opened. And you guys really don't. No,
if I were to pull up with wine for Christmas today, don't think my mom and dad would be very pleased with me. We would get a lot of ugly looks.
Yeah, for us it's no alcohol on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no. That is like no good. And yeah. I don't think I've ever been around my family member ever taking a sip of alcohol.
No.
I've never seen one of my family members drink.
I've seen my mom and dad drunk.
I've seen my distant uncles. Like,
yeah, but have you ever seen your mom and dad drunk?
No, my mom and dad, I haven't actually seen them ever take a sip of alcohol my whole entire living life. That's like 25 years old.
That is crazy. Yeah. I see my mom and dad drunk like every now and then.
Yeah, and in Norway this is actually a big discussion too, because in Norway there's really like strict, like a lot of people, like either you're against it or you're for it, but a lot of people in Norway is against adults drinking in front of kids, like visibly drinking in front of kids.
Yeah.
Like even 2 glasses is considered too much.
I feel like if you drink to get wasted you shouldn't do that around your kids.
No, but the second you can see behavior change, that's when they think that drinking is not appropriate in front of kids. And I don't know, I actually do think I agree a little bit with this one. I never drink in front of my daughter. No. I never ever bring up even a glass in front of her.
I know, and I respect that.
More because I know that I am also very lightweight, a glass, and I am already behaving a little bit different than what I would when I'm sober. And I don't want my daughter to ever be thinking that I am not capable of like looking after her, or like, why is my mom behaving weird for whatever reason.
That's a very, very reason, and I respect that. Yeah. You know, I do. But for me, it's like, I remember when, but it's also like I have my sisters obviously, and we would like talk about funny, like, I remember there's one time I was with my cousins, with my sisters, and is this can I share this? It's like kind of funny. Like,
you probably can. You can just say family members and don't.
No, really. I know, but the situation was funny because like we were arranging a funeral. They were arranging a funeral. And we were just chilling in the background.
Yeah.
And we were all very emotional.
Yeah.
I remember my mom and dad and my uncle and my aunt, they got so drunk. They started giggling and laughing and like kicking their feet in the air.
I think if you're arranging a funeral, I feel like that's
you're very allowed
I know, to be a little bit drunk.
Us, I was like 10, 11, and I remember like me and my cousins, we all looked at each other. We were just like watching them get drunk, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you get like funny drunk, like when your kids are a little bit older to understand like, oh, they're just like having fun.
Yeah.
Then. And it's on like a Friday or like a party, then it's fine. If it's like on a weekday and you
like
see
every day, every day.
Of course, I don't agree with that. Yeah,
I get that. Yeah, no, I completely agree. But yeah, we are raised very different on that as well.
Definitely. Because
Like,
I mean, my mom gave me my first sip of alcohol when I was like 16, 15, and we would have like a birthday, and my mom was like, "If you want, you can try.
Yeah.
You know." You can have a sip if you want. Or when I was like 10 years old, I was like, Mom, can I have a sip of your red wine? And I would be like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But they were always very open-minded with it. And I think from like my point of view, I think that's good because you teach your kids that it's okay and you can drink it normally.
Yeah.
Like, and you can be honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't sneak around lying about it.
Exactly. Like,
that's
I
when
remember
shit gets dangerous.
My mom was even like, on my birthday, she was like, I don't want you to buy like wine secretly behind my back. You can just ask me. When I was turning 17 or 18, this was not below 17.
Yeah.
But I think it's also different because in the Netherlands the age limit was 16 for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I turned like 15, 16, when I was almost there, they changed it to 18. So
your mom felt bad. She was like, no, it's okay.
No, not even, but I think it was just normalized that kids of 16 years old was like drinking.
But they do that here too. Like, even though our drinking age is 18, I know for a damn fact, sure, that people start 14, 13. Like, if they can, they will.
Definitely, but do they do it behind their parents' back?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, and I think that's...
Yeah, but then the Norwegian drinking culture as well on top of that is not helping. Like,
no, but why is it so? Why is the Norwegian culture so
I think it's
heavy?
because well, there's lots of reasons for that, I think.
I know, but I also think it's because it's like maybe they're more strict. Parents are more strict here with drinking.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I can't speak for a lot of people. Because I come from a very close community. I come from a small island.
Like a lot, like I know,
like in the capital and bigger cities.
I know, but the Netherlands is very, very big populated country.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of small towns.
Yeah,
where there's like tight communities.
Yeah.
It's like we have so many people. Here in Norway, there's so much land and there's so many small little communities, small little cities where everyone knows each other, and I think the religious numbers are higher here too.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I think like it's less accepted here, and then when you do it behind your parents' back, it's like a lot different. Obviously the culture is going to be different then, because then when you are going to drink, you're going to go for it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
because when I was 16, 17, I was having a glass with my mom. I was only getting 2 glasses, and so I learned my boundaries way sooner.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, we don't learn that here. Like, 'cause also alcohol is so expensive. Like, why would you drink a bottle of wine on a normal day, or if you're first gonna go out, you're gonna go out.
Yeah.
Because then what's the point of getting 150 kroners, maybe 200, 300 kroners red wine? Yeah. You know.
Yeah,
you're not gonna drink that.
But I get that because since I'm in Norway, I don't have limits.
You don't drink anymore, and the second you go out, you drink a lot.
I know, because I used to have such good limits every time I was drinking, and now every time I'm drinking, I'm like, I'm not drunk, and then until I'm on the bathroom floor.
You keep saying you're not drunk though. That like you can be laying on the bathroom floor and you'd be like, I'm just tipsy, baby.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, no. But yeah,
I turned into such a good Norwegian.
But yeah, it is Christmas today, technically.
Yeah. So
we thought maybe we'll also discuss a little bit like what we do on Christmas.
Yeah.
In case you guys would be interested in knowing that. Because there is cultural differences. You are from the Netherlands. You also have Sri Lankan background. And I have my Christian Norwegian background. Things we do here. Yeah. And I don't know. I can start.
Yeah, you can start. Because since you guys have like so many traditions.
Yeah. We normally on Christmas we start with actually the day before we all over Norway watch this thing called Grevinnen and something. It's this black and white movie about this guy that gets wasted because he's trying to help this woman celebrate New Year's, and it's hilarious. Everybody in Norway.
It's in English.
It's in English,
so I can watch it.
Yeah, everybody in Norway watches this, and then the Christmas Eve, 24th, we all wake up and we watch this movie on the television that is called Three Nuts for Cinderella, or Three Wishes for Cinderella. And it's actually a Czech Republican movie about Cinderella. I have no actual idea of why all over Norway watches this. Like every single person in Norway watches this movie in the morning. It's an actual thing, and it's dubbed by one man and one man only, who acts like he is all of the characters. So
that is old school.
It's very old school, and it's very funny, but it's so Christmas vibes. And then after that, we watched Looking for the Christmas Star. That is the movie afterwards, which is also...
So you watched like 3 things in a row?
A Czech Republican. No, day before is the... Yeah. So it's 2 things.
Yeah.
And then while you're watching this, you're also eating your Christmas breakfast.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you go home, you relax a little bit, you make sure everybody that needs their gifts gets their gifts. You know, sometimes you drive around to give it to friends, and sometimes,
That's cozy.
Yeah. And then you get dressed. You do your makeup. You get dressed in the nicest stuff that you have. You dress up completely just to go to your living room. And then after that, you watch cartoons with your family while people, maybe your dad or your mom or grandparents, whatever, is making food. And... we have this thing called ribbe, or pinnekjøtt, which is either lamb or pork. And it's amazing. It's the best Christmas dinner in the whole world.
And I'm very nervous about trying this.
It's so good. We eat that with our family. And then we hear on the TV that this all-men's choir starts singing. And that means that the Christmas is being called in. It starts. And we listen to that. And then we open... Christmas gifts, and then it's cake, and then
cake and coffee,
and then maybe more Christmas gifts, because we have a lot of Christmas gifts,
as you can see.
This is not even this is just our Christmas gifts. We also have my family. My family is big, so they're all gonna come with that. And then it's we play games maybe, and just chill. And
then the 26th, second Christmas day, you go partying, right?
22nd Christmas Day, we go partying. That's like a universal Norwegian...
What do you mean 22nd? You mean the second Christmas?
Yeah, the second Christmas day.
26th.
Yeah, I meant that. Yeah, it's a universal party day for the Norwegians. We all go out drinking ourselves healthless.
And I love that tradition.
Yeah, I've actually never celebrated that, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well... It's very different I'm not speaking from Dutch culture, because I feel like in the Netherlands we don't really have traditions as a country.
Yeah.
Because we have this holiday the 5th of December. It's called Sinterklaas, and it's a little bit of a racist holiday that is getting cancelled, but it's still being celebrated. It's a little bit similar to Christmas. I'm not going to go into detail because it's too much to tell. But on Christmas Day, for my family, Christmas Eve, we usually give each other a few gifts, very few, because in my family we usually donate money to a charity, and then we give each other something small just for the idea of it, or we just decide to not do it at all. This year we're just doing charity. And then we just usually watch a Christmas movie together. We play games.
Yeah.
But that could be different every year, because my sisters and me, we all have our partners. So, sometimes my sister will go to her boyfriend, so it's different every year. And we always celebrate it with just my mom and dad, sisters, and my grandma.
Yeah.
Very small and close. I gotta say, I don't have a big family in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Most of my family is in Sri Lanka, and we're not super close with them, so that's already different. And And then first Christmas Day, we usually, last few years, we've been doing where we put all our names into a paper, into a bowl, and then we take one paper and then, no, not the names. Sorry, I'm confused. We make a Christmas dinner, and then we decide who's going to make what by like putting like dessert, starter, all that into a bowl, and then it's a secret, and then we all prepare something.
Yeah.
So it's like a super not organized Christmas dinner because my dad will make curry. Last year I made like a weird little dessert that I came up with like 5 minutes before I had to serve it. And it's like super different every year. And then second Christmas Day, sometimes we go to Amsterdam to have a lunch or go to a museum. Sometimes we celebrate it with friends of my family. We do this inside barbecue thing that we do in the Netherlands. It's called the gourmetten.
I was a part of that.
You were a part of that one.
It was so much fun.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
So it's like basically it's a barbecue inside, and you have your little pan yourself, and you can make anything you want.
It's like this big square pan in the middle of the table where you can just put whatever small little things you want and cook it.
Yeah, we have like in the stores we have these little mini packages of little tiny burgers, little tiny chicken fillets.
So cute.
It's like super cute.
It is like I feel like I'm like playing like the
mini
mini kitchen. Yeah, like it's so much fun.
Yeah, so we usually do one of those things, and then, but like I said, it could be different every year. So I'm not really used to doing traditions.
Yeah, we are a big tradition
we
family.
do play 30 seconds every year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain Ingrid. I explained her mom today, like, we're going to do 30 seconds. And I'm really curious because now they all have to speak English.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that one too, to see how they do with the English knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
It's the first time we are celebrating Christmas together.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like that because I've been living in here. I've been living here in Norway for almost a year now because I moved in January. And before that, we've had like long distance, and we've had our breakup.
Yeah.
So every year I came back to the Netherlands to celebrate it with my family because I would be in the Netherlands the whole of November.
Yeah.
So, this year we're going to celebrate it here. And then maybe next year we'll do it in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It really depends. But it's also Anna's birthday.
It is Anna's birthday, so it feels very weird to be leaving here.
Exactly.
When Anna's birthday is the day before Christmas. So we'll see how we figure things out.
Yeah, we will see. I think it's just important for us now that this is our first Christmas
together. We
have
a favorite for New Year's, though.
Yeah. Oh, I love celebrating New Year's Eve.
But that we will take in the next episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, because we keep talking.
Yeah.
We will end this episode now, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is like...
good enough.
What we came up with for like Christmas. We wanted to make this a little bit Christmas special, like where we talk about what we do today. It's so hard to
confusing.
Imagine that today is Christmas because for us right now it's not Christmas yet. But
well, it's 3 days before Christmas for us, so it's like super exciting. We're very excited
for Christmas, and it's my favorite holiday, I think.
Yeah.
So, and New Year's too. Very excited about New Year's.
But we will talk about New Year's in the next episode.
Yup.
Next episode, we're going to do a sip and drink, truth or drink.
Yeah. We're going to get wasted.
Yes. So,
yeah.
we will see you in our next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We have to do the shout out.
Shit.
But I know who I'm going to shout out.
Oh.
Because it's a follower of us that has been here for us every time. Like, I this is how well I know her because I didn't write her name down. I just know her name.
Oh.
She's also bought one of our Made by My Girlfriend things over the summer. I think her name is, I'm not quite sure, but I know her username. I think it's something like Pendagoron.
Ooh.
And I'm not sure about this now.
Well, you were so sure for...
Yeah, but like I know her profile picture is like she's wearing like a green sweater and she has like reddish hair.
That is so cute.
Maybe I'll even put you in the screen as a shout out.
Yeah,
Thank you thank you so much for watching us and listening us all the time, and thank you for supporting us even when we did Made by My Girlfriend.
Yeah.
We love you.
we also love when we see the same name, the same face popping up again and again and again. Like, we have some really
we have our
loyal
favorites.
followers.
Yeah,
Like,
not our favorites, but like of course our loyal ones. We remember them.
We definitely do. It's so cute.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Panda Goron, for listening and watching. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
From us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.